the first step to absolute mental control. Firstly, I want you to understand that I'm about to attempt to explain to you. Oh, and this is the brain, this is pizzazz. These are the 7 stars, and these are the crosses. So understand, I'm about to attempt to show you the first step into mental control, right? You have not been taught this, which is why this is very special. I'm about to give you so much value that you haven't heard in your entire life. You won't learn this in school. You will not learn this in school, right? So understand that this is a value exchange. It's a reciprocity. I'm giving you value, so you should give me something in return. Time and attention. Subscribe, like, comment, whatever. I'm about to teach you first step to absolute mental control. Number 1, right? But first, understand the first step is comprised of many steps. But number 1, the key is to be aware. You first have to be aware. Some people are not aware enough to see their problems. They always defer it. They live in self-delusion. I'm not talking about healthy self-delusion. I'm talking about delusion of never seeing their problems. You can give someone a roadmap and say, okay, here, just drive to this destination. But they will say that they can't, or they will defer the reason of why they didn't drive. Let's say, for example, I tell someone that they were lazy. Oh, they did. Oh, I'm not lazy. Well, why are you laying around in bed all day? Right? So these people are unaware that they need to change. So the first step is to be aware of the problems of which is keeping you trapped in. You need to be aware. You need to identify. So that's a sub 1.2 step. Identify. Identify what's keeping your mind trapped in. If you can identify what's keeping your mind trapped in, you can become free. Now, the reason it's important to identify these things is simply because you are now aware, because the mind happens in patterns, which is why patterns leads to habits, right? So thought patterns lead to action patterns. For example, I thought this morning, let me wake up and make a whole bunch of podcasts. Let me pump out 6 podcasts today and do that. Thought patterns. I thought about that first and then the action came about. So when people are trapped into the mechanisms or the habits that they don't want to do, it first starts from not identifying it. You have to identify the patterns that keep you trapped. You need to get very good at identifying patterns. For example, people came to me and said, Preme, I help with certain people. You come to me and say, Preme, I need help with pornography. Can you put together a system? I helped him identify what his pattern was. He started to scroll a lot. He started to see big booty women, and then it'll trigger him into going to do it. And I say, wait, first identify that and breathe. So once you identify it, you need to break it when it come up. So once you identify the patterns that are just off of impulse, right? There are certain patterns which the way the mind works. An impulse happen. I'm about to write this down. This is very, very valuable. Impulse. An impulse lead to, we could say, feeling. And then feeling leads to thought. Then thought leads to action. So that is the simplest mechanism ever. You have to understand if you even want to attempt to get to mental control. You have to understand these things first, right? Impulse happens first. Have you ever got a feeling that you were hungry? You got a feeling, or you seen some beautiful woman, you got hard or whatever. That is an impulse. And then you get the feeling. You identify the feeling. Oh, as if, let's say you were hungry. The impulse come, your stomach is growling. Then you get a feeling. And then You think about this feeling, you rationalize it. So when a thought comes, rationalizing is taking feelings or emotions and making it understandable. That's basically what rationalizing is. So you rationalize the feeling that you just had, and you put it into a thought and say, oh, I'm hungry. Let me think about going get food. And then you take the necessary action, right? The same thing happens with mental moods. You get an impulse, you get a feeling. Some people ascribe it and say, well, I'm anxious. And then that anxiousness made them, since they identified the feeling as being anxious, it makes them take an anxious action. Do you understand? So another principle of this is causation. This is a principle of causation. Every effect, every action, think of effects as action. Every action has a cause. Listen to me again. If actions are effect, every effect has a cause. And what is the cause? The cause is your thoughts, right? We can't control outside events, but we can control what we think about it. Let's say, I just always use me for example. My girlfriend died, and I choose to think of it a different way. I said, well, it's because I'm a superhero. Go back to what I just said. It was an impulse, a feeling, the same feeling which people would have used to cry and complain. I used that feeling and said, oh, this is so I can become a superhero. And all of my actions stem to that. I literally went out to the wilderness and trained. So thought leads to action, but it first comes from impulse and feeling. The same way your habits come, all of the bad habits which keep people locked in, is from the same thing, causation. Something is causing you to do those habits. So when the people come to me and they say, J. Preme, I want to get out of pornography and all of these things, identify the pattern. What impulses keep telling you to go type in the same things? Identify it and break it. So that brings me on to breaking it. When these things come up, you need to have a certain level of pizzazz to break it. So you need to have a certain level of pizzazz, right? Pizzazz will enable you to break and pizzazz. You need to blink and pizzazz. When the things pop up of which you don't want to do, the actions or the thoughts that occur, let's say your mind is trying to fight against you, talking about some anxiety, talking about some depression, you need to blink and pizzazz your brain. I say pizzazz, I put into the word you can remember. Okay, you'll be like, oh, okay, Preme told me to blink and pizzazz. And you get up and you get out from that bad habit. It's that easy if you just blink and pizzazz, right? So blink and pizzazz enables you to break. It enables you to break what's happening. The bad habits, it'll let you break it because it shows you that you are in control. The mind and the body is connected. And the reason the mind and the body is connected is, first, I want you to understand, okay, make sure you understand this, right? Pizzazz and blinking, this is basically you having conscious control. I'm gonna break it down. This is you having conscious control over your thoughts and habits. You have control. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have control. If you can clench your fist, if you can get up and make you a cup of water, that's proof you have control over your body, right? Now, I'm about to tell you why thoughts go to the body. This is why. Cerebrospinal. This is the first time I've given so much value, really. So you're getting so much value. In exchange, all you have to do is join the free Telegram. It's us and 78 other men in there. We're all on the same pathway. So why not join and subscribe, like, comment? For all of this value I'm giving, this will change your life. The cerebrospinal system and the sympathetic system and the ganglionic. Now, all of these are important because they all work together, right? The cerebrospinal system, understand that this is the organ of your conscious mind. So let's say you can't see the mind, right? If somebody was to break open your head, they cannot see your mind. They can't see your thoughts, but they can see your cerebrospinal system, the brain, right? This is the organ of the mind. The sympathetic system is the organ of the subconscious mind. So we can put sub. The sympathetic system is the organ of the subconscious mind. This means if somebody was to split open your body, they can't see your subconscious mind thoughts. They can't see all of the thoughts and beliefs that's in your subconscious, but they can see your sympathetic system. So just basically understand that these are physical parts of the brain. And the ganglionic mass is the solar plexus. The ganglionic mass. So this is how it works. When I just told you the impulse goes to the feeling and then the thought and becomes action, this is how, right? The cerebrospinal, basically your conscious mind send a thought down the spine, but first actually it goes to the ganglionic mass. The ganglionic mass has a bunch of different things which send it to the sympathetic system. The ganglionic mass is basically like a stoppage point to say, okay, are we going to let this pass through or not? So this is how the subconscious mind gets imprinted through this exact process from the conscious mind down to the ganglionic mass and down to the sympathetic system, right? That is how thought starts to become action. Because the sympathetic system is connected to your body. The reason it's connected to your body is because it's connected. It's connected to your body because it's keeping your blood pumping this very moment. You don't have to think about your blood pumping. That's the sympathetic system doing that. It's helping you in this very moment. So that's why they say the subconscious mind is perfect. Do you understand? So after you understand that thoughts leads to actions, right? So now we're going to teach you how to actually do this. This is the step. Pay very close attention. The step one is to secure physical control. If you can control your body, if you can command your body what to do, you can command everything else what to do. In order to first command your mind, you have to command your body first. That's the first step. That's the first step to mind control, right? So secure physical control. How do you do this, J. Preme? How do you do this, Preme? I'm about to tell you. I'm about to give you the pizzazz, right? Step one, secure physical control. Now, this can be done through a plethora of different things. I'm going to tell you how I've done it, but I'm going to tell you different methods of securing physical control. 1, training. 2, fasting. 3, meditating. But not the meditating which you've heard before. This one is sitting completely still. So I do all three, actually. I do all three, but this is the method of actually securing physical control over your body. They don't tell you this. Training. We know that a strong body leads to a strong mind. We know that. A strong body leads to a strong mind. Fasting. We know that fasting teaches you to ignore hunger. So that also gives you control over the body. You start to ignore your hunger. So that teaches you how to ignore impulses. So fasting is also impulse control. And third, this is very important. Many people only train for visualization, which is why they don't have self-control. I've done this countless and countless of time. I will sit and meditate and sit perfectly still. Now, this is the secret to actually being able to control your physical self with meditation. They don't teach this. They just let you scratch and itch and move around meditation. No. So with meditating, you need to sit perfectly still, set a timer for about 15 to 30 minutes. And you want to sit perfectly still. Don't scratch, don't itch, and you want to sit erect. So I already got sitting perfectly still right here, actually. So you want to sit perfectly still. Let your thoughts roam where they will. So until you master this, you cannot go forward. You have to master this first, sitting completely still. You need to be how the Buddhist monks be sitting perfectly still for hours at a time. That's absolute, complete self-control. Most people meditate just to visualize, which is why they lack self-control. So this is how you gain self-control and command your body what to do. If you can command your body to sit perfectly still for at least 15 minutes to 30 minutes, you can secure mental control. And mental control comes after first doing this. So that is the first step to absolute. This is absolute mental control. This will allow you to dominate because people can't control their body. That's why fat people, they continue to eat. They can't control their body. This is just like me telling myself, I will do 1,000 push-ups and I will do 1,000 push-ups. Because what? I've secured physical control. You can too. So let your thoughts roam where they will. Set a timer for about 15 to 30 minutes and master this. And then you move on to the next steps, of which will be posted throughout all of the different podcasts that I upload. So that is the secret to securing absolute mental control. Like, follow, subscribe, all of it. Also join the free Telegram. It's 78 brothers in there, all on the same mission, learning the same things. So why would you not be in there? It'll help you propel in life. You get an exact multitude of motivation straight to your phone, which will enable you to keep going every day. So I'll meet you there.